Hello, good afternoon, traders. Welcome back to Forex Black Box. Today is a quick update on a weekly view of Forex and future contract, if you want to call it, or stock. Anyway, so I'm looking at the news at the moment. From Wednesday, we're going to have high impact news, not Monday or Tuesday. Wednesday, we have New Zealand news and pound on Wednesday. Before that, we don't have really high impact, but if I put this to medium impact as well, we're gonna have some, I'm guessing. Here we go, Tuesday. So Monday is quite not much of news mover, so watch out for the market set up itself for Tuesday, Wednesday. So the driver of this week of the news is going to be New Zealand, Aussie, and dollar mostly. I don't see any euro. All of them dollar and Aussie high impact news. So just give you if you have any trade between New Zealand and pound, just be careful. We see a lot of volatility going on. It's going to happen over Asia, especially Asia. Right, I'm going to jump in quickly to indices. Just look at pound itself here. Let me just expand it. Can I get it somewhere? Oh, I can't get. Here you go. So that's pound index. You see that we that's on the daily coming back down here and start to climb back up the 20 moving average. I like pound behavior. It's quite interesting to see that pound start to break new high lows. We just broke this high and we kind of stalled here. So looking forward to break higher from here. We have a bounce up and we're looking for another bounce to break this high. My trade will be on pound long bias as soon as we break above this level, as I did before here. We break through and we have a nice green candle holding, but the follow up here is not that great. Probably is coming retest the breakout of the main swing high, come and test the moving average and bounce off. So my expectation is we'll see another bounce probably before we keep going up. That will be the next level. That's of course is not a price here, but that's just to do with percentage between pound and uh, other pairs. So let me just move this out of the way. Put this back on. Look at euro. Euro really have a good run. I like the euro what it's doing. Come back down flat, come back up. So this continuation up as long as it's above the 20 moving average, we will continue swing high, swing lows. Euro doesn't really move much as pound. So my expectation is euro will keep going up, but it will help more if dollar index go down because dollar index is the main driver for euro USD. We see that dollar index here. It's not dollar index exactly, but you see that it just bounced back up. We have a failure down here and coming back retest the 20 moving average. Looks strong momentum holding. If dollar getting strong, in my opinion, I think this is gonna be stock down. But anyway, the over momentum down is on dollar index is down. We're just looking for a pullback for continuation back down. So well, let's see because the stock closed I think low. We'll go to the stock shortly. I didn't really see the close myself. I just been busy over the weekend on Friday. Um, so dollar is just basically below the 20 moving average. Is down momentum. This is up momentum. This is up momentum here. Up momentum. Let me just get this proper. Up momentum. Up. Down momentum. Down momentum. Sideways. Up momentum. Up momentum. Very rough ones. I think it's gonna bounce down. And here down momentum as well. So the only two going up, it's a pound, euro and pound really going up. The rest of them just sideways on undecided direction here. So definitely we're going to see some pullbacks near to moving averages and we'll go back up. Same goes here and probably going to be continuation back down here. So that's what I think is going to happen and let's see. I don't trade what I think. I only trade what the market give me. If it started breaking new low lows, low highs, um, on a low time frame like 5 minute 15 incrementally, so you go by the minute, 5 minute 10 minute 15 20. I mean, it's not in forex itself, but that's what I do normally in future because I have the capability to look to every time frame if I want to. But on Forex, you look between 5 minute, 15 minute for a swing high lows, and this will reflect on a bigger time frame. So if we trending up, then yeah, probably time 1 hour time frame will bounce back up and continue that direction. But if he's not doing any of this, he's doing sideways on the 5 and 15, that's mean okay, no direction yet. So my time to look at the market, real market momentum, it's when London session open, and that's where overlapping with US here, and this too will indicate change of direction or continuation back up. So if I say I started here in London and the trending up, after that, I'll start in New York, come back down and held and continue back up. The market will keep going for that direction until the end of the session, unless some certain news like Trump or whatever, something happen. Hopefully, nothing happen big. Um, Look at the chart itself here. We see that S&P 500 actually closed, just bounce off the um, the previous day low, no low. I think it's just a bounce off here. Looks like support is this price here and come back up and close dodgy. I think it's very weak momentum, but the bulls in control here who broke below this red line, broke below it and come back up again, indicating that there is a buyer. There is a buyers in the market. Would they like to push the market more higher? So my expectation is to see another candle down, up, down, up. We will start doing this until we see a breakthrough higher to the all-time highs. So yeah, it is very strong sense then, but takes longer. If you remember that I talked about that before. See here, let me just get rid of all the stuff is hiding the price action. Um, so basically, the market did this before here, guys. If you remember that, we have a bounce down up and start stall here, then collapse. So this has happened before previously since the pandemic, right? So since then we were going down rapidly, very strong momentum. Now we're coming back up, a pullback, continuation back up. I think that's going to happen here. We're going to see a deeper pullback. Now I'm looking for a deeper pullback here, but maybe we'll just go up first and come back down to that deep pullback around this level. Then we will start consolidate, continuation back up or down. It will show its hand if you follow the news and Corona and all stuff. Also, don't forget that US and China, they have a Cold War going on, of course. That's not going to go away soon. Election coming up as well. I think you just need to do more research about how the market behave in the election. And what I know about is the market when before the election just start to climb. At the election time, that will go down. So very much indeed, you can go all way all time highs because everyone think the election time. That's where the market should normally do. Then after that, will start to go down rapidly when the election complete. I'm not sure about the election is going to take place or not, but I think that they will. Nasdaq just went down. I think I was talking about down momentum because of Nasdaq because I was trading Nasdaq only, no S&P 500. I like Nasdaq more now. I'm trying to shift my gears to work only on Nasdaq on future. However, in the rest of Forex, I can trade S&P 500 is fine, but future because they are really expensive and very difficult to trade. It's not that simple. It's not like Forex. You can just put a order, walk away, come back 1 hour later, it should work out or it doesn't work out. Is tick by tick. I traded is very um, expensive market. It's like if I only talking about from the swing hole from the 20 moving average or above here, I will be buyer. I will exit next couple of candles. Is this 12 point, right? It's really you see two one. I say 1 2 minute is about 10 point. 4 5 minute it's 24 point. 24 point is a lot to hold. If you go against you 24 point, you could lose most of your account. If you keep doing that, and that's why I traded in by tick or minute by minute. I don't really trade it by candles, only by minute. If it's slow, I don't get in. If it start to move, I just get in, right? So very much nicely coming back down here, test that level and held here for now, but we're still inside the channel itself. It's been confirmed many times there. The channel line, it could be a little bit offside, a little bit here, it could be a little bit inside. I don't really care as long as you have clear border to you where you want to enter, where you want to exit, and no trade zone. on the bigger time frame. Of course, that's the best place to watch out for reversal here, come back up, continue. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for it to bounce back, maybe one more leg down the following day, break new high, come back down again, and following day break a new high, and start hugging this trend line. It will be good indication of continuation back up. That's why I have this trend line here. I have it here. So no, this we are inside the channel. It's keep climbing up, but started losing steam a little bit. However, we guys, we're all-time highs. Come on, Friday was all-time highs as well. We have a double candle indicating that could be a big pullback. This one was a big one. Come back, test the channel, continue back up. We have this here before. We had it here before. It was a short lift. Come back up. Same goes here. Maybe we're gonna have another one to the 20 moving average before we continue back up, because maybe the big player I want to buy here, and there's not enough liquidity to keep the market going. So they're looking for liquidity provider, and they're around the 20 moving average normally. Enough of this. Let's talk too much about that. Gold just swing new all-time highs as well on Friday and come back down all the way, engulf two candles of the previous 2 days. However, it doesn't mean that's reversal. Don't get confused. Look the weekly, right? Really, really strong 3 weeks in a row. One, two, three. Pullback most likely is going to happen, but it will continue. The momentum is really strong. We didn't see that here previously. See that when you already broke the 2000 here, and we still keep going. But look, we hold above the 2000 on a weekly candle, indicating a strong momentum up. Definitely, it's the play. So buy on dips. If you give you the right candlestick, the right strategy, you jump in. Why not? 4 hours looks nice. I like this. I like to see follow up. I like to see continuation back up. We held above the 20 moving average. Very lovely. That's a nice reversal here. You say that a lot of people talk about that. This confusing up, down, up, down, up, down, but come back down, come back up. I like to see the next candle 4 hours just to bounce below a little bit and continue back up to break these highs. Then another one and continuation back up. That's definitely a good play, especially when you have something similar here. If you look here around the 20 moving average, around the 20 moving average, but just below the 20 moving average, indicating okay, maybe we're just going to break the new high, and maybe we're going to do the same thing until we see where we're going, right? Bitcoin as well, roughly 2 weeks ago, hit at 12,101. Come back down rough quickly, took out like almost 1900. Yeah, about 1900 off all-time highs, and calculate this correctly, the $1,500 dollars off and come back up again. I mean, yeah, I mean, like, he just give you a failure here, a nice failure. If you're watching that on a daily or minute by minute, if you notice that bounce off here, you should be in buyer. Seriously, you should be buying, exit, re-enter, exit, re-enter, exit. Guys, trading, it's different than investment. Investment, you put the money on something, and after you walk away, come back 6 months later. It's exactly the same thing what a lot of people do in Forex. They put their trade in 4 hours or 1 hour, and I walk away and I come back after 4 6 hours. If you want to be intraday trader, you should always trade the lower time frame. If you trade above 15 minute, that's mean you can hold that for an hour or two or three. Imagine that you enter trade at 5 o'clock New York US time. Sorry, 5 o'clock London time. Your day is over already, and you making a trade because of 1 hour or whatever. 1 hour is above big time frame. If you make 5 minutes, you expect yourself to leave in the next couple of candles. Doesn't matter if you're losing or winning, but you have to stick to your strategy. You have to stick to your rules, because you know what? If you change your rules, you're gonna make an accident, right? If you drive with the wheel of the car and the rules is to keep it steady, imagine that you change your rule and you start to left and right swinging. Guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna make an accident. Same thing happen here. You're gonna make an accident Forex because you get out of your rules. The one you find it work for you. So I reckon that you have a good strategy, back tested. Don't waste your time on your money on real time, real account. Try to find a strategy, find a one, write it down, practice it every single day. Read it, leave it on your when you took in the morning, brush your teeth, whatever. Just leave it stick in there. You have to do this, you have to do that. Just stick it in your mind. Make it audio. Listen to it while you whatever you're doing, jogging or going to shopping. Listen to yourself if that does make sense. Is the strategy work for you? Right? This business is more emotion, is more like 90%. If you don't have the right mindset, you're gonna lose. If you don't have the right mindset to drive, you're gonna make an accident, right? Because you're not following your rules. So keep that in mind. Yeah. Oil, still oil really flat. I mean, like, look, this is I could say that's the average price of since June, July. We're in August, so almost 3 months consolidation. There's no really big player on this market. Big player will show their footprint of big candles like this. Big candles, big candles. Here, look at that, big candles. They don't stay around. I mean, here is some momentum going on. Here is some player they're playing. But look at this one. It's, it's flat. Let's see. That could be just a mirror of here before we go down again. I'm saying it's going to be flag because the moment the buyer are going to give up, you're going to see a big red candle, bull back, and the seller is going to re-enter again. 20 moving average is your target, is your trigger. If you trade in oil, 20 moving average is your trigger on a daily. Of course, if it go below it, retesting, and you see the momentum is start building, then you jump in. Because every time coming down, bull back, the following one is bigger, bull back, the following one is going to be bigger, right? You enter here, right there. That's your entries, right? From breaking below, of course. Not as soon as it pop up, you still selling it, sell the oil. No, you should look for a pattern or a continuation back down momentum, right? Dollar index, you see that holding here. Let's see how far it will hold here for. This is a range still. I think I talked about that. Give me swing up, swing down. I just caught this candle. This is the last two candles to push lower, and that's where I draw this box here. If I break out of this box, it will indicating that we're going somewhere else. I'm gonna change the box to something will be easy to see. There you go. Did I lock it? No, I should lock it. Here we go. So yeah, we really inside this one. We have a swing here, swing there. That's my border. Break above it and bounce back down, bounce back up again, touch the border of it, and looks like we're gonna bounce back down again. Or anyway, we could do that as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until we hit the 20 moving average. Then we'll start to go down lower. This happened here before. That's your border. One candle, two. See that bounce and collapse down. So the same thing can happen here as well. That will indicate euro will actually keep going up. So euro it will continue. I'm looking for euro 125 or 121st. Then after that 125, of course. We are 17. We hit the high of 1911, 1918. Sorry. So of course, look going up, bull back, going up, bull back, going up, bull back, going up, bull back. Let's see if it's gonna actually go through this red tape here. See that? If it goes through it, consolidate probably gonna first. Also watch dollar index. If the dollar index start to go back up, then we will definitely gonna test the 20 moving average. Then we'll continue something similar to this, back up, and continue back up. So my bias is buy on dips for euro, but also watch dollar index. Is not like you have to only watch euro. You should watch your dollar index. Well, they are mirror of each other, but you always, from time to time, have to keep your eye on dollar index if it's actually correlated with euro or euro is actually doing something more than it's supposed to do. Because sometimes they decoupling and they do work separately. Sometimes if it's euro news. Pound lovely momentum here, guys. I think pound is going to continue back up easy. From this drop down all the way down here, we'll come near the 50%. We did a nice 1, 2, 3, then consolidation. Then we'll start to break through. We'll start to break highs here. Here you go. That was a good trade. talked about many times. Retest, continuation, breakout, retest again, breakout. Didn't give you the opportunity here. Whoever tried to sell it here, they're now under the water. It's been taken away because that's everyone saying, okay, that's it. That looks good. It's gonna go down. And guess what? It didn't. Give you a nice 2 days here green sideways, a nice 4 days green, a few days sideways. Of course, because dollar index is pulling back, so that's why. Look on the weekly. We had this here. We had another one here up there. I think if I put my drawing back. Oh, here we go. So we have this one. We have a touchy here. It used to be here, 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 and that's the last place I moved it to. So we come below it, we break a new low. However, we bounce back up. We're coming back to challenge this trend line. I want to see it break above this and continue back up, indicating that momentum is changing on pound. But of course, if his euro dollar is getting weaker, it will help bound cable itself to keep going up. So in my situation now here, I can see that there's no trade zone. It's a box here as well. If I draw that as well, you can keep drawing stuff and remove it. It doesn't matter really. But what matter is you know what you're doing. Right, I'm gonna change that to green because I think this is gonna go up. Look it, and there you go. So we have a sideways here. We'll confirm by two candles below it, and we have a failure. Come back up. I have a failure coming back down. Hold the support. Let's see what's happening here. If we continue back up or not. But this is look strong momentum right away down. 1 day, 2 days, we eat all the range. Right. So let's see what's happened on Monday, Tuesday before the news. I think we're gonna play a little bit here before we go anywhere else. If this happened before, if we break below here, we're looking for a failure. Look for a failure to continue back up. I think it's going to test the 20 moving average sometime soon. But we, back in history, it didn't really do that much here. We just sideways, sideways, sideways until we touch 20 moving average and bang. Right? We have similar situation back in history. If you look back there, similar situation going down, give you a failure 1, 2, and continue back up sideways, breaks through, coming back down, and come back down here. But this is different. This is different. This is the opposite what happened here before. Okay, we have a nice big failure. We try to reach challenge this high, so that's where we're going. 35, 40. I'm talking about 150 soon this year. We still have a few months left before this has been achieved. But I don't trade long term, guys. But I think that's where we're going. So I trade what I see every day. I look at 15 and 5 minute London session. See that? I was long here in FB, and I had like 25, 20, 21, 25 pips, and I exit. And if it's coming down again, I expect it to continue, but it didn't. It breaks through. I did reshort it again here, break, and I see that 5 minutes really strong, and I exit straight away. I made like 150 pips overall on Friday news of NFP. After that, I stayed out of the market. Markets become flat afterwards. So you see that pushed up, pushed down, now sideways. Really is not doing much. Still inside that range I talked about. Here we go. See that range here? Start here. Here we have a failure. Even 1 hour is lovely. You can trade that very easy. For a few days, been doing that. Here was, of course, it was Friday. It was a weak momentum. So let's see if he's gonna do the same thing here. 20 moving average just sideways is like a ranging. Right. Pound yen. We have here some support, guys. Price sideways. Yen is sideways. Pound is sideways. So yeah, it's gonna do something similar to this. We'll be looking for breakout. This is sideways. There's no up or down flag. Something happened here before. We'll break up first, come back down, come back up. It's going to be confusing. If that's confusing for you, you go lower time frame and you trade that time frame. Every time you start to make a new low, you take it with you, take it on that low, like here. Going up above the 2 moving average, test it, bounce. You could just enter here, right? Look, imagine that candle is red, right? Maybe make that bigger a little bit. Okay, imagine this candle is red, right? This candle is red before it's become green. So what you do, you just leave an option here open, position, buy stop. Logo what happen is bounce off the 20 movement. If you're wrong, it's gonna keep going down. So you're out of the market anyway. You don't even get into the market. So that's one of the strategies I use. You see that hold here nicely. Okay, worst case scenario, if you go back down here, and I started buying it, but the candle is red, right? So imagine if I'm wrong, it's gonna eat all my money from here. But if you put an order buy stop, imagine what happened here. We went down red, come back all the way up, and stopped here and continuation. Look at that continuation. You could only trade this 1 hour. After this 1 hour close, you just exit. You exit here, you enter here, you exit here, right? There's a lot of algorithm and trader they do that all the time, right? They always buy on the close. Is momentum up, they buy on the close, and if it goes down, they add the rest of their position. Guess what? When it comes back to the opening again, they break even and they make even more money. If they're wrong, they will come back up again here, definitely like here. Imagine I brought here, right? Come back down. This is 20 moving average. I put another trade, right? So I combine two trades. I got 3 hours, four, and break even, and I made money. But look what, guess what? This candle looks very interesting, very good. I like it, but my stop loss is here anyway, right? So I enter here. Let me do that one more time. I enter here, and will come to this 20 moving average. If I'm not patient enough, I should not enter here. Actually, I should wait for the 20 moving average, because it's gonna bounce up. Low time frame will show you that as well, right? This is 4 hours, right? So come back down here, test 20 moving average, come back here, I break even, I exit my trade with the profit as well, right? I can exit my trade, the one I made a profit from here, and I leave the one here. Come back up, you can close here, reopen another position, come back down, buy again, and break even. If you want to keep doing that, it's up to you. But you need to find the best strategy. Market's always giving you hints. Look at that breakout. Nicely breakout a low time frame, of course. Nicely breakout. You could have brought here the breakout, you stop loss here, and you have risk and reward 1 to 1, 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1, right? And you keep add here. You can enter and exit. You don't pay commission or fees if you do trade forex. You don't pay fees or commission on in and out all day long. You pay your spread already. So market is moving. Why not? Bound Aussie, hold the 30 moving average nice, in balance, momentum. Whoever sold it, they exit our market. Now we have even for 2 days, right? You see that even momentum. So I'm looking for continuation back up. Also, you can end sideways. So we have momentum here. It's always become a failure. If I draw a box here as well, there you go. See that? We didn't really follow up here. We didn't really follow up here. So we're looking to come back up again, retest these highs. So that's a good opportunity to buy. Low time frame, if it give you a little bit of momentum, come back up. You just put a buy here. Stop loss here. Take profit here. 1 to 1. Or here. It's going to be 1 to 1 here. 1 to 1. Or maybe less than 1 to 1. But this is a good buy in anyway, guys. If you have brought here already, you could have 3 to 1. Because you could leave your stop loss some below here. The last candle was touching the 20 moving average, you know. This is another strategy for another day. The moving average behavior, and where you can put your stop loss, and when you exit, where you enter. Anyway, so that looks good. I like the swing. Okay, we have a new high, low, but this one was a failure. So I like this to continue back down up. I think it's going to do. I'm going to buy it on Monday when it starts to open the market. To see London session, what's happening. If he's give me this bounce down and come back up, or maybe we'll test the low of the break candle. Still maybe some seller in the market that will going to push it back lower to exit, then they continue. That will be a great opportunity. I will be watching it on Monday London session, see how it go. Also, I keep watching my stock as well, because if the stock going down, then Aussie getting weaker. About New Zealand as well, a nice Friday candle close. We had this momentum. Everyone saw this is going to go down. Look what happened here. Seller, they give up. Buyer, get in. And they're going to get in more when they give you that test of the momentum will continue back up. So to test it at 2003, I think this is not, it's like 3 pips. 2000, we'll call it 2000 anyway. I think we're going to give just one more test here. We'll continue back up to 2000. We're talking about, say roughly from here. If you want to enter here, you see, leave your stop loss here. You're only risking 76 pips, and you'll be targeting 350 or 340, say 325, whatever. but it will move up. It looks strong reversal. Will come back down, sideways, coming back up, give you a first pullback, and that candle close on Friday, really lovely. Weekly view, very nice, above the 20 moving average, bounce below the moving average on the weekly, bounce back up. The following week probably going to do the same and continue back up. That's the weekly view. So could be Monday the pullback, could be Tuesday. Whenever the market want to move, you should be in the front of the market, not at the back. Okay, don't say okay, market's going to come back down to me here, but unrealistic. Come on, this is a daily. It's unrealistic. If you want to be intraday trader, should go to the 5 and 15. Here we go. We're hugging the 20 moving average, and we're gonna break through. Looks like a flag for me. High lows. See, looks like flag in 5 minute. M15 looks like a flag here as well. We pushed back up. We'll give you a rest here. It doesn't look like a lot of a lot of buyer exit the market. A few, and we will continue. So this is up momentum on pound. I think pound is started to form a little bit and start to push up. Here we go as well. Bound CAD. A nice touchy here. I talked about before. Come back, bounce up sideways before we break through. So this is up momentum as well above the 2 moving average. The gap is huge, and that's a good indication of continuation back up. Speed up a little bit. Bounce Swiss. As I said, guys, it's sideways here. We'll break through. Come back retesting, but looks like Swiss is going to be strong since maybe possible risk off is going to creep in the market very soon. So if that become the sentiment, before we're going to see Swiss is getting strong and dollar and euro. Okay, this is it, guys. Thanks very much for being here. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and like, leave a comment to support this channel, and also join the Discord server. I'm gonna prepare like a webinar or something on a weekly basis, or maybe every day, maybe half an hour in the morning, live talk one-to-one, only limited to 10 people for one of the rooms. But of course, if you get in first, of course you'll be reserved your place. Okay, guys, thanks very much. I will see you there. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye.